27th meeting. We have minutes to approve and 2 items for discussion. I gather everyone's got a chance to review the excellent minutes prepared by Becca.
Do we have to do a roll call first?
Oh, yes, you're right. I'm out of practice.
That's okay.
Okay. Mr. Long,
Robert Long, present.
Ms. Johnson,
Present.
Casey,
Present?
Sammy, present, and Ms. Olvis, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we had the minutes and 2 items on the agenda. Can we get a chance to review the minutes?
Yes.
I only had one kind of minor comment on first paragraph of Hanhe Subdivision. You have it written as conditional draft resolution. I think it's draft conditional resolution.
Okay.
Okay. That was the only thing I saw. Robbie, did you find anything?
No, I did not.
No, you didn't even find that?
Well, that is, actually, I'm having a hard time opening on my phone. My Microsoft 365 doesn't kick in, so.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve?
Second. Favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion passed. Minutes approved. All right. In consideration of David Hahn's subdivision application, as you all know, we had a extension drafted. David had put that together. Everybody get a chance to receive that, right?
Yes.
Yep.
David, you want to go over that with everyone? And David, you got the copy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I read it last night.
So the extension is, it's for that 62-day window that begins when you do the public hearing. So I think we're at around day 42 right now. So we'd hit the 62-day before the next meeting, which is the 23rd of February. So what this extension does is it allows, per the town code, to essentially extend the 62-day period further. And that is to give time to the board to approve or disapprove the application. And right now we're waiting on the applicant to do their SWIP, so my understanding is that it's not done yet. I don't know if there's an ETA on it or what, but the board can decide on what date you want to basically extend this out to.
I spoke to Bill, he seemed optimistic that we'd have the SWIP by the next meeting.
Okay. Do
Maybe
we want to?
beforehand.
Do we
So
want to?
he said a couple weeks when I
Just
talked to him.
just to be sure to make it beyond that, because it can't hurt.
Definitely.
So maybe give it 2 months. Does that sound reasonable? So that'll be
March meeting.
When's our meeting? in
What is
March?
it, are you saying 2 months from today or 2 months or through the next meeting?
2 months from today. So he says he'll probably be ready by next month,
Next meeting.
but next meeting, but perhaps we should extend it farther.
Yeah, why don't we just say that's February to the end, April 1?
April 1st.
Don't give him too much time, he won't work.
Don't tell him.
That's basically it, right, David?
Right, and then we'll just,
So I just
So you
need
can,
a motion.
right, make a motion, and then I'll need you to sign, and
David.
David has to sign as well.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion to accept the extension?
Motion to accept?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, unanimous. Now, you just, I see that you sent the new version of the draft resolution.
Mhm.
That's something we just address next month, I think.
Right.
I just got it, I didn't even get a chance to look at it.
Yeah, there's just a couple changes that we did last meeting.
All right, so, I will come down and sign that, and if David sign it, then he can let it on out.
Great, thank you. David, I read it this evening just before I came here. Do you remember what the changes were?
Yes, it was, sorry. So it was the Maury Hill access, mentioning that the parcel's access, it's lot 4, I think, but it's just on the top, it says the Maury Hill Road. Then there was signage for emergency services, for lots 2 and 3 to be posted on, Rhine Rock Road. And then the third thing was the, adding the fee for the Parkland, which I believe was $22.50. So it was those things.
27.
So, and the Parkland fee is in addition to the 8,500 in escrow that I
Yeah,
deposited at the
yeah, it's a
application?
separate,
Okay,
it's directly to the town rather than escrow to pay for the services of legal engineering.
okay. And that one is not in escrow, that's a fee
A fee.
of 32,
It's $7.50 per new lot.
okay.
Yeah, I think it's written out somewhere.
Okay, alright. So, we need to check for that, we need to get signage on the Rimrock Road access. That's one of my main goals to tackle, I think. And then, what was the third thing?
And I'll pass along the copy of the
Okay,
resolution
okay,
to
great,
you.
great,
Okay,
great,
so then it'll
great.
all be spelled out.
Yeah, excellent.
All right.
That'll work, thanks.
Good, Dave.
Thanks a
Yep,
lot, Dixon,
yep,
appreciate it.
Yep,
Thanks, take care.
have a good night. All right, other business is in relation to the Stern proposal. I think it was back in May, when you came and made a proposal, right?
Yes. Definitely come up.
Also, I have copies.
Oh, please do. Thank you very much.
All right. My name is Bob Hagopian. I'm the engineer for the project. And what's being proposed is a fairly large warehouse. It's 41,800 square feet at 160 Hill Road. I was in front of the board earlier last year, about April or somewhere about there. And there was great concern about tractor trailers coming up, not Hill Road, but Sauk Hill to Hill Road. And I met with the highway superintendent and fire chief. We talked about it, and they told me that they'd be very comfortable if we just limit the project to box trucks. So you don't have to swivel and they can make it up and not necessarily come uphill, but come up Sauk Hill, up Jockey Hill to Hill Road. And from that time I modified the drawing a little bit to still have a fairly large entrance, come off Hill Road, and then have basic loop plan and a series of parking spaces on the front and then some along the back and the side. And the owner would like to be able to have the flexibility of renting this warehouse space out to about, maybe 8 tenants, so that, once he markets it, he can say, okay, we will have interior walls that can move or be placed, so that, you know, people can come and, you know, store their products and then if they're doing some minor work to things, they can do that too, but mainly a warehouse. I don't see a lot of people, but it is a fairly large building. So I'm here in front of the board to hear the board's reaction and feel that if this layout seems comfortable for this site, and if the determination can be made that we can go to the next step, which would be do the real testing and find out if this site can support this layout. In other words, I'm not gonna go to the health department if this layout's not even, you know, it's not
So,
stuck
are
in.
you basically suggesting that prior to formally applying, getting that information, or proceeding with an getting the feedback from us tonight and then proceeding with the application and then moving on to gather that information?
Well, I guess, what you would recommend, if, you know, if the board can't make a recommendation until there's a formal application, then we'll do the formal application. And then if you were to do a sketch plan approval, I don't know, do you do a formal sketch plan approval, or do you just say, okay, we're comfortable, and put in minutes that the board's comfortable, then we can do all the real engineering of, you know, getting topography exactly right, and grading and slopes and, you know, drainage and septic
Right.
systems and all that. Now, you know,
That's what we would be looking at
okay, so you're really looking for a formal application first
with the site plan.
and a site plan application, and then a determination can be made before we do the real engineering. Okay. Board
So, I have a question. So essentially, it'll be difficult to determine what kind of truck traffic we're looking at, because it all depends upon the tenants that you acquire to lease out those spaces.
Yeah,
So that'll be a kind of a hard task to get a sense of truck traffic.
well, is there a, we can look into it, and if that's a great concern, we can look into it and say, well, a common warehouse would have typical truck traffic of this range or something like that.
Right, if you had like a comparable business setup somewhere that might have same number of tenants, that might have a reasonable number, way to look at the
I
number
think
of
there
truck-
might be a better shot at finding design standards, just saying, here's
Right,
the standards.
something like that,
You know,
yeah.
we can pick, you know, IBM buildings or some buildings, and there's a wide range maybe, and that data may be hard to collect
I
too.
know, and it depends upon the product types that,
Some warehouses that just sit empty all the time, and one truck goes in once a month, and then there's others
Yeah,
that might be, you know,
right.
2 trucks daily, or
okay,
much more intense use.
yeah.
Back to the truck, they would, the idea would be you Sauk Hill to Jockey Hill to Hill, is that what I'm hearing?
Yes,
Yeah.
And potentially 8 tenants.
yes.
Do you already have any of the tenants?
No.
Well, I think, you know, to really take a hard look at this, we would need like the formal application process with the site plan,
Okay.
all that kind of.
Is there any comments based on what I've shown to,
No,
or if it seems
anybody? I gotta get
You know, my only real comment is, you know, what do the people in Jockey Hill think about this? Are they gonna be seeing another 10, 20 trucks a day go past their house? That's my only,
we're gonna wanna meet the code,
right,
meet the board's concerns, you know, there'll be a public hearing,
right.
they can voice their opinion.
Mhm.
If their opinion points out something that's outside the code or of special concern that, or maybe didn't think of, then obviously get attention and have to be addressed.
I mean, we hear a lot of discussion from folks on Jockey Hill that the mine, there's a mine up there.
Yeah.
The traffic from the mine, the traffic. I mean, it's a constant, what's the right word I'm looking for, banter from
Okay.
people that live on Jockey Hill.
That mine's been there a long time.
Huh?
That mine's been there a long time.
Exactly,
And-
yeah, no, no doubt about it, and those trucks are kind of loud, they're big and they're dirty, so they're not box trucks.
Yeah.
So I just know that that's their commentary, the folks that live up there.
So it would be like a typical UPS type truck, basically,
Yeah,
right?
box truck, I would think,
FedEx.
But, not
yeah,
Amazon.
I just brought 2 pictures to the board, it's a typical box truck.
Right. Okay.
I actually have a question for you on that. So this is supposed to be a warehouse, but you're gonna be renting it out to tenants, in regards to this. Is there a chance it could actually turn into a factory instead, for where they would actually rent? Cause would that increase the number of trucks going out too?
It's hard to say who you'd rent to, but, you know, if the limits by the board say that, you know, there's minor, work that's allowed to be done. In other words, if they bought tables, they came in boxes and people put the tables together and put it on a truck and went out as a table and delivered to people. It could be minor, I'm not gonna rule it out, I wouldn't wanna limit the project to that, but if there's something in the code that says, you know, there's a threshold of manufacturing, now you're a manufacturing facility and trucks are constantly coming in and you're just kicking them back out, that's not what the board's planned on and approved, yeah, we definitely wanna hear it here, you know, and we can put notes on the plan to find that line where manufacturing is over a certain amount and warehouses under that. But there would be, the proposal will include there would be, every warehouse has some kind of work that gets done. It's not just only storage. And if that's, you know, that's something we should both talk about and say, you know, what should be the limits for this site, for this property? And what can it support and what it can not support? But I can give it thought and maybe present with the formal application more detailed scenarios of if, you know, person wanted to buy wood, go there, goes with a pickup truck, not necessarily trucks, and build cabinets. At the end, he builds, you know, 2 kitchens worth and pulls them out at the end of the month or end of the week, whatever it is. You know, businesses, there's a wide scope of business that this could support and still be a somewhat quiet facility.
You had said you could get a general number of how those factories, those warehouses work anyway, so that would.
Yeah, I'll look
That'd
into
be
that.
pretty cool, that would work with that.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of town or state guidance on idling trucks?
On what?
Idling trucks?
I don't know of any,
Isn't it
State
5
code.
minutes or something? You're only allowed to idle a truck for 5 minutes? I thought I heard that.
every municipality has their own, I know,
Yeah,
I don't know if this
we'd have to
town
look and see what that is.
has one.
That would be my concern.
Yeah,
is-
City of Kingston has one, I'm not
I
sure.
know
about
City of
the
That's the
Kingston has
city of
one, but-
Kingston, because that's where I was before.
Right, but if we don't have one, we might wanna look into that, because that's what I would worry about if I was a
Yeah.
neighbor, would be a truck just idling for hours.
That and the beeping or backing up of the trucks.
Yeah, that'd be maybe more.
I mean, I'm just saying if you're a neighbor to that property,
How close is the nearest neighbor to this facility?
that's what we need to look at.
Okay.
Well, they're neighboring properties right through here, there are a bunch of houses right through here. And, you know, the town offset for that is, we have 20 feet shown here as a side yard.
Is there a way to create some type of sound barrier in that way, like a fence that would help out with that?
We could put a berm and put some trees on it, evergreen trees, that would obviously help visually and and acoustically.
Yeah, anything to mitigate any kind of, environmental stress. Any other questions?
I see it's connected to a gravel road as well, there's another connection. Are you planning on trying to pave that of some sort, or use that as a second exit?
Well, I think that the proposal is to use that as a primary entrance through here. This was previously approved for a subdivision.
Okay.
I think it was a Lund subdivision. And there was a subdivision in cul-de-sac and 4 or 5 houses. I do have that here. What's outlined in pink here is, so there were 4 lots on this property, and I guess the owner had difficulty selling them. So they sold all 4 together to the owner of this property, to the current owner. And by looking at it and knowing that there were some difficulties with water supply, that he felt maybe a commercial application would be a better fit for this property. And so I'm gonna have to look into if this road was ever, it's gravel road now, what, you know, how it was established that these lots were approved. I don't know if there was a bond, and that bond's still floating out there, that the town may have an opportunity to build a road. The owner may have the right to modify the road, to improve it. So that's something that we need to look into, is, and that we'll have to, you know, one of the things we're gonna need to do is, you know, get more of a formal, survey of this area and say, all right, this is what, you know, is granted to this property, and there is a road, or maybe it's only right away that was, or could be dedicated to the town. It is something that we need to look at.
Would that be, paved?
Probably,
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna have
Oh, yeah.
box truck
Right.
traffic on it.
yeah.
Or do you know if the 4 lots were recombined, or is it 4 separate tax lots currently?
That, I'm not sure.
I think all 4 of them, because on here we got lot 39, 31, 142, 143, 144.
Okay.
So it looks like. That's
3 lots.
3 lots.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Yeah, we'll have to look at it, because there was another lot over here that was part of the subdivision, but, not sure, this owner doesn't own it, so I don't know who has that. But we can look into that.
Yeah, and you'll have to see that driveway, if it goes through their property, what kind of access you have.
Yeah, if that's, you know, even if they own it, but, you know, they have it covered in their deed saying it's been spoken for, given, you know, dedicated to the town when, and if the road gets installed, and, you know, part of it, you know, we'll have to look into that, but. Is everybody familiar with the property? It's only up the street, we can take a walk.
Driven by it.
In this cold? No.
It's covered in snow right now. Right? No, I imagine we do a site visit, et cetera, once
Yeah.
the formal application begins.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions for?
There is a secondary access here,
Right.
and you know, my first view of this does not seem as safe as this, because of the, you know, sharper turn here, sight distance is it as well as this one.
Right.
So, I would suggest keeping this maybe as emergency access, leave it as a
I
gravel
think
road.
you
to a
mentioned
certain
that
point.
previously. Right?
And, if emergency vehicles need to get another access point, they can.
Okay, any other questions for Mr. Hagopian?
No.
So, just keep in mind that if you're gonna do a formal application, it has to be 2 weeks before the meeting that it's gonna
Okay.
be addressed. And you can, access the application online,
Okay.
send it to the clerk as well as to myself, if I'm still the chairman or whoever the next chairman is, and physical copies as well.
5 small prints or?
Well, you know, everybody, what does everybody think about the hard copies getting their applications?
I don't feel like I need one. It's a lot of.
I like a hard copy, but I can print those on my own.
Or maybe just 2?
Yeah, I think 2 would be good, 2 hard
2.
copies.
Small ones or large ones?
Oh, so 2 hard copies of the application.
Okay.
And a PDF of the application.
I think 1 large copy like that, and then I like these smaller hard copies of the site plans. For myself, I mean, that's, works for me.
How many of those small copies?
I would do 1 for each member, I think, the small ones.
There's 7 or 5?
Do 7, because we
7.
may have some alternates. Actually, make that two large
Okay.
formats.
And, do you know the application fee or?
It's what, $250.
Okay.
All that information is on the application,
Okay.
so.
Because sometimes applications get old and,
Yeah.
I won't keep up with it, so I wouldn't know.
Right. You know, it's a new year, you never know.
Yeah. So, I think so.
Prices go up.
Yeah, like price of eggs. Well, I want to thank the board and everybody here to come out today when it could have been just pushed off to next month, and everybody, you know, I understand, but
Yeah.
appreciate everybody getting together anyway and
No problem.
coming in. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And you said, I'm sorry, your first name is Bob?
Yes.
Thank you.
You want a card?
Sure.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, you too.
All right, as far as items for discussion and action, we're done. If there's any conversations anyone wants to have, now's the time to do it. Concerns, questions?
Do you have any updates, what's happening with John-Paul?
All I know is that the town board wants to make a decision on February 2nd, at their February 2nd meeting.
So it's important that we go to that.
Hmm?
It's important then that we show up, I think.
Yes, that would be great if you guys could. I will not be able to.
Oh, you're not gonna be around.
I'll be in a different hemisphere.
Where are you going?
Chile,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah, have you been there
I'm
before?
kind of nervous.
Have you ever been there before?
No.
That's
no,
gotta be
it's-
exciting.
It's a long flight.
Yeah, it's 10 hours to Santiago, and then we have a flight to Puerto Mat, which is down in near Patagonia, so we'll be in Patagonia for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I'd just like to say, before the last town workshop meeting, I had wrote a letter complaining and saying why John-Paul's important. And usually I never hear anything back from the town members, but I got thank you from Dave Hoffman. And from Vinnie, he says, I value your opinion and appreciate you taking the time to write to the board. In my view, we need more discussion among ourselves. One thing I believe is missing in regard to reappointing John-Paul is that he should formally reapply. Since he was not reappointed, going through the reapplication process may help clarify the path forward. Doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm pleased he at least replied. Usually don't hear anything back, especially when he was running the comprehensive
Yeah,
plan.
well, I spoke to all the town board members and gave them my confidence in John Paul. So,
I guess I'm wondering, is there anything more we should be doing?
so, is that reapplication, is that, do you know if that's essential?
I don't think so. I
It
think
may
it's,
be since his term ended and he can't be reappointed, I guess. I don't know, do they start?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. Have you, John Paul, have you got any clue about that?
In terms of reappoint, or,
Yeah, whether you have to reapply?
I mean, it's such a little thing, it wouldn't be a big deal.
Right.
But, I mean, anything on the application, I'm sure everyone in the town knows very well. But if it's a matter of documentation and just the same way when someone sends out a bid, you know, the bid goes out publicly, is known, and again, there's a paper trail. It might make sense in that way, but
It's like chicken soup, it can't hurt. I mean, I don't know, are they asking you for anything else about this issue?
No, all Dave said to me was that, you know, he wanted to have it, you know, decision made by the second at the next board meeting. So,
Today's the 27th.
yes, that'd be
It's soon, I know.
Groundhog Day, it's Groundhog Day coming up.
I think it's going back in.
You won't even be able to get out into the sun. It's
That's
gonna
what I'm saying.
burrow out of the snow.
Well, they'll drag him out, that's what they do every year anyway.
No wonder he goes back in, like, screw you guys, I'm trying to sleep here.
All right, anything else, folks?
I know you guys
Chairman,
were,
thank you for your leadership.
Thank you for stepping in.
Sure. You know, hopefully I won't be sitting here next month, at this seat. I'll
When
be
is our
sitting
next
over
meeting?
there.
The 16th,
Hmm?
March 16th.
Yes.
There's not one in February?
Yeah,
Oh,
February
I'm sorry,
23rd.
yeah.
Yeah, February 23rd. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right,
Okay, I'll make a
All right.
motion to close the meeting.
okay,
Second?
all in favor?
Right.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
thank you.
Have a good trip.